Hello and welcome to the Import-Export Hub channel. My name is Bogdan, and in today's episode I'll try to give you some useful information about the Intrastat system. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And let's start. Intrastat was created at the time of the establishment of the European single market back in 1993. Since then, goods can move freely between EU member states and are not subject to border control and customs formalities. The basic principle of the Intrastat system is that the intra-European traders whose annual trade values for imports or exports exceed the nationally defined limits have to declare the transaction on monthly Intrastat returns and deliver this information to the National Statistical Authority. Trade statistics are an essential part of the country's balance of payments account and are regarded as an important economic indicator of the performance of any country. Export data in particular can be used as an indicator of the state of a country's manufacturing industries as a whole, and also the statistics are used by the government department to help overall trade policy and generate initiatives on new trade areas. The volume of goods moving is also assessed to allow the planning of future transport infrastructure needs, and Intrastat is also being used as a tool against VAT fraud, permitting the comparison between Intrastat and VAT declarations. Private companies are also using the statistics in order to assess markets within the country, for example, to evaluate how imports are penetrating the markets, but also externally, in order to establish new markets for their goods. Each member country establishes an annual threshold value below which a business is not required to file Intrastat forms. The current thresholds are designed to cover 97% of dispatches and 95% of arrivals. It is mandatory to submit the Intrastat declaration if a company meets the following three conditions simultaneously. First, they have a VAT number. Second, they are exchanging goods with other countries from the European Union. And third, the value of the goods exchanged with other countries from the European Union is above the threshold settled by the corresponding National Statistical Authority. In the Intrastat system, you don't have to declare the services bought or sold to other members of the European Union, and also the Intrastat systems follows the physical flow of goods and not the flow of documents. There are three types of Intrastat declaration: the new one, a blank one, and the revised one. Each company is responsible to follow closely when and if the threshold is reached in order to start submitting the Intrastat declaration. Yes, all the information contained in the Intrastat declaration is confidential, and all the data collected is used only for statistical purposes. In the Intrastat system, you don't have to declare the followings: services, goods in transit, temporary dispatches for show or exhibition, or even construction machines if they are returned in the original country in less than 24 months, and also goods that are dispatched towards embassies and foreign military camps. In case there are multiple products to be declared for a specific month and the net weight for each product is less than half a kilogram, but you have simultaneously the following conditions: the same flow with the same combined nomenclature, the same type of transaction, the same Incoterms, the same type of transport, you should sum up all the products in order to have a high quality data submitted to Intrastat. The invoiced amount should be declared to Intrastat in local currency without VAT or excise duties. Also, if the product is in leasing, for Intrastat you should declare the transaction just one time with the total value of at the moment of the arrival or at the moment of dispatch. In the Intrastat system, we have the following mode of transport: maritime, road, rail, air, courier services, inland waterways, and auto propulsion and transport through installation. When I'm talking about auto propulsion, I'm thinking about boats, helicopters, or planes. And in regard to the transport through installations, one example or two examples that comes in mind are natural gas and electricity. In order to submit the Intrastat declaration, basically we have three main documents from which we can collect our information. The first document is the invoice, from which we can take the value of the goods, the net weight, the country of dispatch, and also the country of origin. From the transport documents, we can see the net weight, the supplementary unit, if it's the case, and also the type of transport, of course. From the contract of sale, we can see the flow of goods and also information about processing and delivery terms. There is a small number of territories from the European Union for which you don't have to submit the Intrastat declaration if those goods are dispatched from there or arriving through there. And the following territories are: in Greece we have Mount Athos, in Germany we have Heligoland, in Spain we have Canary Island, in France Monaco and the French territories, in Italy Livigno, and in Finland we have Åland Island. Okay, so that was the Intrastat system in a brief presentation. Now let's take a look at a practical example using a real invoice. Okay, so this is the invoice I was talking about. It's a real invoice, and we see here it's issued from United Kingdom to Bucharest, Romania. It's dated November 2020. And let's see together what information we have on the invoice in order to make the Intrastat declaration file. Okay, so we see the country of dispatch, it's United Kingdom. The country of arrival is Romania. We see that the invoice was issued on the 11th of November. So we assume that the goods arrived in Romania also in November. From the invoice we see here that are two lines with the tariff code 853-34010, two pieces for each line, with a total of 8.24 pounds, and we have also the amount in Romanian currency, which is new lei, of a total of 45 lei. Okay, now we see that in the invoice we have two lines with the same combined nomenclature code and the same country of origin, which is Costa Rica. And in this case we will sum up both lines in order to make just one line in the Intrastat system. And for this, simply I will just put in the system this combined nomenclature code with Costa Rica as the country of origin, with 45 lei as the invoice amount. The country of dispatch is United Kingdom, as we saw, and the country of arrival is Romania. Also, I know this by fact that it's a purchase, so the type of transaction it's a one-time purchase. Also, and as the Incoterms here is not written, but I know from the client that it's a DAP, so delivered at place. And as the type of transport, this is a courier service. So this is all the information that I needed in order to file the Intrastat declaration. Okay, thank you all for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to comment and hit the like button. Until next time, keep your business safe.